How can dogs detect human diseases? Answered. When people say a dog is a man's best friend, it's not just a theory, it's a fact. Dogs have an incredible sense of smell that allows them to detect various odors, including those associated with certain human diseases. In this video, we'll explain how your favorite companion can detect human diseases. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for more fantastic videos. Dogs' super sense of smell. Dogs have a keen sense of smell that they can use to detect anything and everything. Aside from helping them recognize people, it also helps them detect certain odors that may indicate the presence of diseases in humans. With about 125 to 300 million scent glands, a dog's sense of smell is very sensitive. With their sensitivity and very reliable sense of smell, research has shown that dogs can detect the presence of certain diseases such as cancer, diabetes, and a lot more in humans. They do this by inhaling a person's breath, urine, or skin odor. Detecting disease in a human system is one natural gift a dog has, but some are being trained so they'll know how to inform the owner that they've detected the disease in their system. For example, a dog may be trained to bark or nudge their owner when they detect the presence of diabetes in the human system. Dogs can also be trained to detect low blood sugar levels in people with diabetes and the presence of seizures in people with epilepsy. Due to this unique attribute, dogs have gained importance in the medical world by making work easy for medical practitioners. Researchers are still trying to understand exactly how dogs can detect these diseases, but it is believed that they can pick up on subtle changes in a person's body odor or breath that may be associated with the disease. There are several ways that dogs can be trained for scent detection. One method is through positive reinforcement, where the dog is rewarded with treats or praise when they correctly identify the scent they have been trained to detect. Another method is through the use of clicker training, where the handler uses a clicker to mark the moment when the dog correctly identifies the scent. Here are some of the human diseases dogs can easily detect and their methods to pre-inform the owner. Cancer. Cancer is a disease that is caused by the abnormal growth and division of cells in the body. Dogs can detect cancer of any kind, such as lung, breast, and ovarian cancer, through their sense of smell. Cancer cells produce specific volatile organic compounds, VOCs, that a dog's highly sensitive nose can detect. Some researchers believe that dogs may only be able to detect VOCs associated with certain types of cancer at an early stage when the cancer is still in a treatable stage. When a dog detects cancer in any part of the human body, it will try to lick it at any chance. If you notice your dog frequently licks a part of your body, you should consider a checkup. Diabetes. Diabetes is not easy to tell at an early stage unless you carry out a test or it begins to harm your system. But dogs are gifted, and once you have cancer, your dog will quickly detect it by just sniffing your skin. A person with diabetes may have a specific scent on their breath due to high levels of ketones, chemicals produced when the body breaks down fat for energy. Dogs can be trained to detect this scent and alert their handlers when they smell it. When your dog detects that you have diabetes, its body scent will change and begin to smell like abnormal glucose. Also, the dog may begin to react to the symptoms of diabetes, hypoglycemia, by sweating or shaking. Seizures. Dogs can also sense when someone is having a seizure. If you have a well-trained dog, it will detect when the seizure is about to begin. When your dog notices that you or someone around you is about to have a seizure, it will begin to pace around you with its eyes bulged out in fear. At other times, the dog will begin to pawn on you. Addison's disease. Addison's disease, also known as primary adrenal insufficiency, is a rare disorder that occurs when the adrenal glands, located on top of the kidneys, do not produce enough cortisol and aldosterone hormones. As complicated as this illness sounds, a dog can detect the symptoms. Addison's disease causes a person to feel weak and unnecessarily tired. When a dog notices these signs, it becomes overprotective and attentive. Multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis affects the central nervous system, which includes the brain, spinal cord, and optic nerves. Since it attacks the immune system, it disrupts the transmission of nerve signals. It causes symptoms like muscle weakness, difficulty with balance and coordination, and lack of clear vision. A dog can tell when its owner isn't as coordinated as he should be, so it'll draw closer to the owner than usual. It will also give the pet parent maximum attention with extra care. Lyme disease. Dogs can be trained to detect the presence of Lyme disease. Lyme disease is caused by bacteria called Borrelia burgdorferi, transmitted to humans through the bite of an infected tick. If your dog is calm and friendly but suddenly becomes mean and agitated after sniffing you, it could mean that it has detected the symptoms of Lyme disease in your body system. Heart attack. A heart attack is usually obvious, so dogs can detect this too. Some dogs may become anxious or feel agitated, while others may become more attentive or protective when they detect that their owner has a symptom of a heart attack in their system. Some may warn their owners by barking, whining, or pawing at them. If the situation gets out of hand, the dog will try to get the attention of someone else in the household by barking vigorously for a long time. Bacterial infections. Dogs can also detect certain bacterial infections such as pneumonia and meningitis through their sense of smell. Aside from sniffing the skin, dogs also detect the presence of bacteria in the human system by sniffing the person's urine. When a dog detects bacterial infection in a human system, it will become alert and look at you with wide eyes. In most cases, that stare depicts danger. Pulmonary embolism. Dogs can also detect diseases like pulmonary embolism in the human body. Pulmonary embolism is a condition that occurs when a blood clot becomes dislodged from a vein in the body and travels through the bloodstream to the lungs. When the clot blocks one of the arteries in the lungs, it can cause serious problems, including difficulty breathing, chest pain, and even death. When your dog detects this disease in your body, it may stare intently at you for a long time. Its sad eyes will follow you wherever you go, and you'll be able to sense that something isn't right. Narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is a neurological disorder that affects the brain's ability to regulate the sleep-wake cycle. It is caused by a brain chemical called hypocretin deficiency, which helps regulate sleep and wakefulness. Hypocretin deficiency is thought to be caused by an autoimmune disorder in which the immune system attacks and destroys cells that produce hypocretin. When your dog detects that you have this disease, it will begin to hover around more on your head region. It can even try to lick your head at intervals to tell you that it has detected a disease in your brain. Migraine. A migraine is a headache that can cause severe throbbing or pulsing pain, usually on one side of the head. Though the exact cause of migraines is not fully understood, they are thought to be related to changes in the brainstem and its interactions with the trigeminal nerve, a major pain pathway. Migraines are often accompanied by other symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and sensitivity to light and sound. I know what you're thinking, how do dogs sense migraines? They do, and begin to play around your head and even lick it. Malaria. Symptoms of malaria include headaches and fever, which are noticeable. I'd like to think dogs watch out for facial expressions to know when someone has a headache or fever, especially if you shroud yourself in a blanket and mope all day. A caring dog will begin to look at you with wide eyes full of fear. If it gets the chance, it will lick your head as a sign that something isn't right with it. While dogs have an incredible sense of smell and may be able to detect certain diseases, they're not a substitute for medical diagnosis. The dog only helps to detect it, then gives warning signs about it. If you are concerned about your health, it is always best to consult a medical professional for an accurate diagnosis.